walk up to you like this, look at all the target areas that are available. But I want to kind of blade my body a little bit. I want to keep my hands up so that I can guard myself. If you start to attack me, I want my hands here so that I can maneuver myself. But I mainly want to have a caring attitude and talk and just try to diffuse the situation. I'm not going to actually walk up to somebody. I mean, obviously, if Kurt walks up to me and he's talking to me, well, he's definitely identified that he's law enforcement because he's wearing a law enforcement uniform. Okay? But I'm not going to walk right up to him and say, hey, I'm Trooper Avaletta, you need to talk to me. No, I'm going to just say, hi, my name's Rich. Is there a problem? I mean, I'd like to help you out if I can. You know, do you know the... I mean, anything just to keep them thinking and keep them talking. Because if you're talking to me, then you're not thinking about what you're going to do that you might have come there to do. Mike, go ahead.
I think, too, the clear expectations. We can't allow this in the sanctuary.
Correct.
If you walk out to the lobby, we can work
Right.
this out.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't the place.
Reasoning with people. And that's what we want to teach you to have as a group. Like, I want you to be on the same page with me so that when you show up, then we both know what we're doing. Like, what we're doing here right now is I'm like, hey, listen, this isn't appropriate for the sanctuary. Is there anything that I can... Why don't we just go out into the lobby and we'll talk about this because this is inappropriate right now. We have other people here. Use you as an, like, this guy, he wants to listen to the sermon right now and you're disrupting that.
Just tell him, you know, I'm a member of the crossing here, and if you've got a problem, there's anything that you'd like to handle, I know all the people, I can hook you up with the right person.
Right.
They're out in the lobby, let's go outside and talk. Try to get that away from the large crowd of people. You know, that's a priority.
Well, what I was going to say was, you know, instead of, you know, we don't necessarily say, you know, I'm with the crossing security team, but I mean, the front of our paper says Watchmen. You know, I mean, identify, hey, Madam, I'm with the Crossing Watchmen Ministries. Can I help you out?
There you go.
And because that identifies us as, instead of a threatening, imposing, I'm security, you know, it's,
and see,
I'm with a
like,
different...
I'm not trying to gig anybody or make anybody feel like they're saying things, but there are trigger words that you really don't want to use. Like, I don't want to give you the impression that you're causing a problem. Like, I don't want to use the word trouble. I don't want to use trigger words that get you more upset. Like, what do you mean there's a problem? You think I'm causing a problem here? Like, you know, you don't want to say things like that to people. You just want to talk to them and say, you know, you want to be caring, you want to be kind, you want to be considerate. You can identify yourself, hey, I'm with the Watchmen Ministries, like I'm part of a ministry team. If you want to say that, that's appropriate. Those types of things. But you just want to stay away from anything that will get them more upset. Try not to say that. Just talk to them and just try to reason with them. Use reasonable language, but also be very, very alert that you might be attacked at any particular moment. Because now I'm getting in your space or I'm confronting you and you might not want to be confronted. So those are the types of things you need to be very careful about. And those are the types of things that I would really like to, as we get into more training, we'll break these things down and we could talk about those types of things, about how to use your verbal judo more appropriately, how to, all the way up to, if you want me to, you know, we could talk about how to take a weapon away from people. I mean, there's disarming techniques that are in the, I mean, if I'm going to pull a gun on you, then you probably don't want to be in front of that gun because that's not something I want to do. I don't want to get shot.
I think, too, never corner somebody where they have no out. If you ever are approaching somebody, do it in a side stance so they have the ability to lead and lead them to where you want them to go. So that's their option of choice, is to go where you want them to be.
What he means by that is this. If I want to talk to Chris, I don't want to stand right in front of Chris. Okay? I see that so I'm going to stand over here. And I want to talk to Chris. Because I'm using an angle on him. He can't just, like, attack me now. If Chris wants to attack me, you're going to attack me. He needs to turn towards me now, see? But if he turns towards me to talk to me, what am I going to do? I might go back over here then. Just while I'm talking to him, I'm moving around. Because I'm alert to my positioning. I'm putting him at a disadvantage at all times. This is not a joke when you're going up to talk to people. Okay, we are in church, and we love the Lord, and we love you as a Christian, but also, I don't want you to get a hold of me and break my neck. That's just simple math. Okay, this is a very, very important ministry in two aspects. A, we're doing the Lord's work. B, you can get very, very hurt doing this ministry. That's just the cold hard facts, guys. So I personally applaud each one of you for being here, because it's very important that we have security in our churches, but it's also very important that I take the personal responsibility that you go home safe when you come to serve your fellow Christians. So that's the type of stuff that I want to teach you, and I'll teach you as much as you want to learn. We'll talk about as much as you want to talk about, because that's how passionate I feel about it. I think it's very important that we're very alert and we know exactly what we're doing. Body language too, yeah. You know, I mean, your body language says a lot about you, and the angle.
If he's angry, and you can tell he's, might walk up to him like this.
Right.
First thing he's going to do is turn his anger towards me.
Right.
You know, I mean, if you walk up and just, you know, don't come up like this.
No.
Don't stand like this.
Yeah.
You know, like this.
You're just like this.
Talk. That means you're open to communication.
Full-blooded Italian. Here you are. Now you'll talk with your hands too. Okay, I'll ordain every one of you. Okay, we know how to talk with our hands because I'm Italian. Like my whole family. I'm like, oh man. That's how I learned to bob and weave real good, talking to all my uncles. Hey, how you doing, Richie? What's going on? Hey, buddy, Joe. I'm gonna take my head off. You know, but hey, that's what it's all about. Just keep your hands up, keep yourself safe. Don't come up tense, and you know, just learn to read people, and we'll talk about all that kind of stuff. And it's really going to be a lot of fun.
One thing you want to do is, if you're sensing there's a flag here, you want to get on your radio and say, hey, if you're like that guy that was out in the lobby, kept going in and out. If I'm security, I'm going to get on the radio and say, hey, there's a situation, could be a situation here. Shelby, can you come and be the second person? Now, you're the one that I'm trying to defuse in all this, and here another security person comes up and stands right there. I don't know that that's what we need or want. Let's just let me and you talk. But that second security person needs to be off to the side between me and the big crowd of people if we're in the lobby. Just standing off in case something's needed or whatever. Okay? So just thinking through things like that. Get in your groups when you get back to your campuses and talk about some different scenarios. You know, that was great. You know, you're in the Orpheum. What are we going to do? And that's something that we're going to start talking to our staff and our youth workers about that, to make sure that every room has the ability to be locked down. Now here, it's great. Our doors are propped open, and they can be locked and propped open. And at the time, you just go click, click, and doors closed, boom. You go clear back in the pods, man, you're in pretty good shape.
So Sonny, how would, say something happened at the main campus, how does Jerry notify? How does he know something's going on, or does he even need to be?
No, we would take care of it. I mean, if he's not preaching or something, then yeah. If we feel like he's threatened, then you know we probably ought to do what we can do there.
I think if we have a situation in the kids area, there needs to be somebody stationed at the auditorium door to make sure that it doesn't move into there. Or it has to be like it's something now, this guy's mad and wants to run in, he'll take it out on everybody.
Right.
But we can't have everybody just rush to that area.
Yeah, there's some churches after a service has started, they won't let the doors are locked. You can't get in the service. Everything's locked down pretty much. We don't do that. You know, every campus is different. You know, you go to Pittsfield and it's boxed, and you go to Hannibal and it is what it is. So you have to think about your different situation wherever you are.